best of 3 series. And hopefully it's not going to lag too much.
It's DNMax.
That's what I mean.
Protoss.
And speaking
Right.
of the NMAX, he is spawning down here in the 5 o'clock position of New Empire of the Sun.
And at the bottom left, as the blue Protoss, it will be Dewalt. And looks like on high latency, things are perfectly fine here. You said it was turn rate 12, right?
Yep, turn rate 12.
Yeah, that should be fine. No problems. We're not whiny Zerg players here. We have manly Protoss players who don't complain about latency issues. So, yeah, PvP action. I wonder how the game's went so far, because that can often influence the choice of builds. You know, the mind goes on, especially in matchups.
Yeah, my apologies. I did say the wrong map. It's not New Empire of the Sun. It is, in fact, Eye of the Storm. So,
yes.
Actually getting my own maps wrong. It's all good, though.
I'm so glad you made that mistake, because I still cannot tell the difference between these two maps.
They're very similar. It's very hard to tell from just the minimap. I guess the main difference is there's not a... I don't believe there's this weird mineral only on New Empire of the Sun.
But the names even have the same acronym, man. EOTS. Like, it's the most confusing thing ever.
It's like all of Blizzard's games all have HOTS as their... the thing.
Ridiculous. Who thought that was a good idea? Like, seriously though, if while before Legacy of the Void came out, if you said HOTS, how would people even know which game you were talking about? I don't understand.
Yeah, but now there's just so many games, like you don't even know anymore what map they're even talking about anymore. It's kind of sad, but I guess it makes sense. Popular acronym, something OTS, it's perfect.
Apparently, we casted a game where DNMax used this ID to beat Faust with a scout and a DT, and we ruined his life. I forgot about that, but I'm glad you reminded everybody that you lost to a scout and a DT. Congrats, Faust.
Oh my god, wait. Was I there for that? Or was that just you? Because I can't remember that at all.
I have no idea. DMX, by the way, is going Zealot, Core, Zealot, and Dewalt skipping the first Zealot, going straight for Core, so going Core and then the Zealot. I prefer that build for most maps. On non-ramped maps, it can be a little bit risky. You can see here it's all high ground from main to natural, so there's no ramp or anything. There is a wider ramp out here going down to a low ground in the middle, but yeah, definitely got to be careful in case you get too gated.
Yeah. Now the one good thing on this map, of course, you do have that incredibly small choke outside of your main, so it should be fairly easy to hold off against any weird Zealot aggression by just blocking it with a wall, but looks like we won't need to see any of that here. We do see the second gateway coming up though for the NMAX, maybe looking to be a little bit more aggressive.
Yep, Probe's gonna see it though. I don't think it's gonna be too scary. Standard PvP nowadays is generally 2-gate slow reaver into expand. See if either of them do things like that. Dewalt actually, I feel like, goes DT a decent amount in PvP as well, which is fine. Haven't seen any indication of that so far. He does have like the sneaky pylon on the bottom right, even though the NMAX did actually scout that.
Yeah, I suppose the main thing here is it does force you to keep trying to check that location, even if you don't build anything there. It's kind of, I guess it works better against Terran, but looks like Dewalt is going to go up to his second gateway as well. His range for his Dragoons is considerably faster, or considerably earlier, should I say, and he actually has a probe hidden behind DMMax's natural, so that's going to be pretty good for him. And looks like Dewalt is just scouting around for any proxies, maybe a little bit scared of the Perutas. And there we go. Yep. 3 gateways, in fact, in Dewalt's main. He is going aggressive, Sale.
He's going 3-gate Goon. He's not made a Robo yet, because he comes in here with a probe. He sees no DTs. 3-gate Goon is dangerous in that it gets hard counters by DTs, but if you go 3-gate Goon, and you know he's not going DTs, you can be super aggro with your Goon to potentially kill him, or at least do a lot of damage, or just put a lot of pressure on to any kind of like 2-gate Robo build, or even greedier build. So I think Dewalt should be quite happy about this.
Yeah, it looks like the MX is actually... I thought he was going to go and try and expand, but he sent that way too early for that. He's actually nowhere near enough minerals for that. He's actually added a Robo, so we will see some Reaver play eventually here from the NMAX, aka JO.ShaKuRaS.
Yep. Okay, so delayed Robo, Dewalt, that's fine. I'm actually surprised Dewalt isn't moving out yet. He's just playing this kind of chill. Playing 3K Goon on flat maps is a pretty good idea. We're now going to see this probe coming in along the 6 o'clock. He's not really going to see too much. Interestingly, Dewalt actually having the same idea, sending his probe along the bottom side. It's kind of interesting, I guess, that there are kind of these two paths between the bases along the bottom side and through the middle here. And going along the bottom side means you don't have to go up any ramps at all if you want to attack, but both players seem to just be chilling. Okay, no, never mind. There's the move out. There we go. I was going to say, Dewalt really should be aggro with 3K Goon.
I get the feeling going this direction, though, with the 3-game Goon is kind of a mistake. He's going to be pushing up high ground. Although JO.ShaKuRaS, they're going to loop around each other. This is such an awkward position for both players to be in. Yeah, that probe sending his entire army to deal with it. And here come the Goons from Dewalt.
Oh my god, completely debated. Look at JO.ShaKuRaS' army. He's trying to run back here. He's in such a funny spot. Oh, this is so weird. There's a pylon block from JO.ShaKuRaS, but look at Dewalt is now going to use his own high ground against him. He's going to lose one Goon for free. Look at this. He actually tried to run behind the tree. There is a mischance if you're actually standing behind a tree doodad. So he tried to use that to just buy a little bit more time. He's now breaking in the front. JO.ShaKuRaS is moving his army back. He's moved forward for a second there and changed his mind, came back to defend, but look at Dewalt just walking into his opponent's base. He's rallying Dragoons to the front right now. This is perfect. He wants to engage only half of the army at a time. He's also going to engage the rest of the army in the choke point as it comes back. Now he's actually getting a little bit surrounded here, but is it going to be okay? No, it looks like JO.ShaKuRaS is going to win this engagement. Dewalt now going to micro down, focus on the other side of the army, but he will lose all of his Dragoons.
Yeah, that was actually really nice target firing by both players there, but JO.ShaKuRaS getting the better end of that engagement. Actually, the rally coming in at the worst possible time, losing another Dragoon for free. And JO.ShaKuRaS, despite being a gateway down, actually finds himself now even on supply with the Dewalt.
But he has gone straight for a support bait. Look at this, no observer from Dewalt, whereas JO.ShaKuRaS, whereas the DMX has gone for the observatories, gone for the much safer build here. So Dewalt, very interestingly, cutting a lot of corners in this game, going 3-gate with delayed Robo, and once he's made his Robo, not going obs. It all kind of is fine because he's done some really good scouting. But yeah, kind of interesting to see. So now another scouting probe comes in here from Dewalt, really relentlessly checking what DNMax is doing. And now he's moving out. He's got 6 Goons against 6. So DNMax is going to move back here, going to wait for his Reaver to come out. And we could see some big Reaver Dragoon battles pretty shortly.
Yeah, and the positions especially are favoring this completely. It's going to be very difficult to get Reavers over in shuttles into the other person's main base, due to the fact it's all actually walkable terrain on the south side of the map. So I think a lot of this is going to come down to the control in the middle.
Yep. I mean, the Shuttle Reaver Micro is super volatile. You know, a lot of it is down to micro and targeting, but sometimes it's down to a little bit of luck, the way the scarabs move. You know, whether you actually get the perfect scarabs off. You know, some of the Goon pathing can be a little bit random sometimes as well. But here we go. DNMax moving out the bottom side. A probe going to see in the top side that there is a Reaver there, but no shuttle. The Dragoon from Dewalt sees DNMax's Goons coming from the bottom side. The supply is virtually even, 60 to 59. And here we go, the 2 Zealots dropping first. He's running in here, but there are 2 Reavers against just the 1. Dewalt should be ahead here. He's going to target down that 1 Reaver. The Dragoon's trying to pick off DNMax's Reaver. He picks off one of the Reavers, but look at this. Dewalt completely smashes the attack. All the Reavers did die though. Shuttle and Reaver dead. 2 Reavers from Dewalt are also dead.
They are indeed. That was not the best engagement for JO.ShaKuRaS. Both of them actually taking their Nexuses at the same time. But the quicker Remax will go to Dewalt with his extra gateway. Looks like we don't have any extra gateways out at the moment. He can't really afford to support them. But JO.ShaKuRaS is pushed back to his base. He lost his Reaver, lost his Shuttle. and this could be very problematic. Even pulling his probes here to try and help fight.
Wow, that's a slight desperation mode here by DNMax, but I think he'll be fine. Yeah, looks like Dewalt is going to pull back. He just needed the probes to buffer until the next round of Dragoons came out. He also very nicely has the OBS seeing exactly what the positioning is for Dewalt here, and I don't think Dewalt should be fighting right now. He's got a superior Dragoon count. Yeah, he's gonna run away here, but might lose a Dragoon on the retreat. No, the Dragoons actually missed their animation. All right, they get a couple of pot shots off. But we've got expansions for both players. I actually thought this game would be a little bit more decided by now, but in fact, well controlled by both players, 58 to 58 supply, and this is again a game 3 in the series, so pretty cool that it's so close.
Yeah, I would have never expected that. The Citadel of Dune is coming up finally for ShaKuRaS. It looks like Dewalt's had to use that extra bit of gas to get the observatory. He did skip that a little bit earlier, as you did point out. And the 3-gate production still will give him an edge, but finally ShaKuRaS does have his 3rd gate as well. And I think we could go for a very long PvP here. I don't think either player is realistically going to be able to do too much damage to each other right now.
Indeed, I think you are right about that. We can see ShaKuRaS is teching up here with the Citadel of Adun, now the Templar Archives, whereas Dewalt has actually added on additional gateways, has not teched up just yet, so kind of a big divergence here in the mid game. Dewalt just opting to stay on more Mass Dragoon Reaver, whereas ShaKuRaS are getting those higher tier units. I do feel like once the Templars with Storm come out, they do give an advantage over just the Dragoon Reaver composition. But until that time, he will be investing money into this, and that means the rest of his army will be a bit smaller. Obviously, with fewer gateways, it will be smaller. This observer, by the way, from ShaKuRaS is freaking me out. I keep thinking it's a shuttle with a Reaver drop, but it's actually just scouting around.
Yeah, that observer's been over Dewalt's main for so long. He's seen absolutely everything that's gone on. He's seen the additional 2 gateways that are now going up, and he's seen the unit count and Reaver count at the front of his base. He knows there's no Citadel or Templar tech on the way yet for Dewalt, so this could give him an ever so slight advantage, and this is actually going to prompt him to move some Dragoons to the bottom of the map just to make sure no Observer actually comes into his own base. That's a really clever move, actually. Will he get it? The Observer looks like it's just going to dodge it, but no, he does see the shimmer, and it looks like he'll be able to catch this.
That is a great move by ShaKuRaS. He's also sending out another probe to go check the 9 o'clock base. Dewalt did something similar. He's built a blocking pylon at the 3 o'clock to make sure that base isn't being taken, and now is going to go scout around to potentially take a hidden base of his own, but I think he's just checking at the 12 o'clock now. Meanwhile, though, Dewalt's main army is moving out. Presumably, he has 2 Reavers in the shuttle. A probe actually just on the top side there catches a glimpse of the army. There we go. Definitely sees the army moving out now, so ShaKuRaS knows he has to be careful. He's actually just going to use his shuttle offensively. He's got 2 Reavers at the front. He's actually built a gateway. He's building a wall here, the Great Wall of Trump, to wall out Dewalt while he goes for the counter shuttle here. Dewalt immediately pulling his probes. Great reaction here from Dewalt. And it's a DT drop!
Oh wow.
My god, this could be huge!
This could. He lost his only observer before. I don't see another. Oh, actually, there's another observer coming back now, but it's going to take so long to get there. Could he even get the Nexus? If he targets the Dragoons, I don't think they're going to be able to kill the DTs in time.
Meanwhile, Dewalt has actually used his Reavers to drop behind the natural of ShaKuRaS, but I don't think it did any damage. It looks like all the probes were pulled in time. Looks like the DT actually getting bugged out by the probes. One more DT's coming back here. Is it going to go for probes? It's going to go for probes. Where's the Observer? The Observer's leaving. The Observer needs to come back. It looks like this DT is going to get stopped. The 2 Reavers at the back of ShaKuRaS' natural have done a good amount of damage here.
Yeah, they're killing so many Dragoons. It's insane, but it looks like the Reaver will go down, or at least the shuttle will. How do Reavers fare against 2 Dragoons? Apparently pretty good. I cannot believe that.
Ooh, got him.
Wait, that was so many Dragoons lost. I didn't think so. Yeah, maybe it did. It's got 1 kill actually. Hero probes saving Aya. Looks like Dewalt did get Dewalt out of ShaKuRaS' base. And he's going to send his army back home. Oh, the good thing is the shuttle is actually going to scout this possible 3rd base location. He did see the probe with the pylon, and it looks like DTs are going to move up there to try and cancel that out.
Yes, indeed they are. Man, if that shuttle had 2 DTs and 2 High Templars with Storm, he would have murdered all of Dewalt's probes. Dewalt just transferred everything to the natural. I'm actually a little bit disappointed that we didn't get to see a huge probe explosion. But, well, the game is actually stabilized. Look at this, still 103 to 103. The Great Wall of Gateways at the front of ShaKuRaS' base, and DT is actually passing each other in the night here at the 6 o'clock. The DT could potentially actually snipe both of these Reavers. There's no detection here. Meanwhile, the DT from ShaKuRaS has been annoying here at the front. Is the DT going to go for the Reavers, or is it going to go for probes? No, it's going for probes. Oh, he's got stuck! Oh, wait.
Wait, where's the observer? He needs an observer back here. He doesn't have one. Oh no, this DT could actually do so much damage, but it's bugging out. It doesn't know what to attack.
There's a counter DT though. There's a counter DT in the main. There is a cannon there though. ShaKuRaS actually missed an opportunity. I think he could have gone for Dewalt's natural, but instead he went greedy for the Nexus and actually got spotted. He's going for the Robo right now. Where the heck is my camera? Okay, the Dark Templar
9 kills.
Where's his natural? Has 9 kills.
Yeah, that was a pretty insane DT. I actually had it clicked while I was watching the other DT run around in the base. 10 kills now on that DT. It's going to get some more as well. There's no detection in the main. The man with all the observers early on has lost them all somehow, or at least misplaced them. Looks like a DT is moving in to try and cancel out this top left base. But I'm not sure it really matters. He's lost 15 probes, and he could even lose some more here.
And we could have a big engagement though in the middle of the map. Huge storm on DNMAX's army though. Look at this. Dewalt has his High Templars ready. No High Templars with the army of DNMAX. And he does finally clean up that DT at his natural expansion, but he lost a catastrophic amount of probes right there. He has at least forced... No, it looks like he actually killed the Nexus potentially, because there is some rubble there, although it's possible that Dewalt canceled it at the last second. I think that... I'm not sure if that actually also provides the rubble, but either way, I think Dewalt's in a great position. Yeah,
Dewalt's in an amazing position. It looks like Shuttle's going in again. What is he going to drop? It looks like it's possibly going to be Reavers this time. DTs would not be the safest, but here we go. A Reaver does go down. How many kills can it get? It looks like he's trying to take down the Nexus, but I'm not really sure that matters anymore because there's barely any minerals there mining. All of the units...
Oh, Diva!
Ooh, that could have been so painful for Dewalt, but unfortunately for ShaKuRaS, he cannot get the damage he needs to. That Reaver actually on 8 kills. It's actually killing a load of pylons as well, but it looks like it won't make it in time. Dragoons do come back, and he is going to stabilize his defense. ShaKuRaS now 20 supply behind.
Wait, Dewalt remade the Nexus, but there's less than 400 minerals at this base. That's 288, 388. Oh my god, there's 408 minerals exactly left to mine at that base.
Oh, that's a really good investment. 8 minerals.
You spent 400 minerals to get 408, guys. That is some pro math right there from Dewalt. That's hash worth.
I guess the thing is, at the end of the day, he needs the gas too, so it does kind of even out. I can't imagine the gas would have depleted by this point in the game. Probably is quite close though.
Yeah, I mean, at this kind of point in the game, he probably just didn't even think about that. He just kind of autopilot remade it, but a DT running into the main base yet again.
Yeah, there is going to be a huge engagement at the front though of ShaKuRaS' base. It looks like all the units actually in our position. Great engagement by Dewalt. 2 armies coming in from both directions, but not enough units, and forcing ShaKuRaS to run back. Looks like this DT is actually going to try and cancel the Nexus again. No, he's going for the Templar tech.
The Great Wall of ShaKuRaS. Is it enough to hold out Dewalt's forces? He actually, I don't think ShaKuRaS has used any storms this game for some reason. Just not going straight for the Archons. Now his army's coming in, but he's coming in from the low ground here. A lot of Zealots moving in, a lot of storms blanketing units as they come in. The Zealot Archon on the other side is doing a good job. Speed loss are actually really good against Dragoons, but look at those storms annihilating all of ShaKuRaS' units there. The DT in the main base is going to go after the Nexus, but GG from ShaKuRaS, and Dewalt takes the series 2-1 and will advance to face richly in the round of 8.
He will do indeed. What a great game by both of the players there. ShaKuRaS just getting caught off guard by